There we go. All right. And here we are. Hello, everybody. We are live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook as well. So you have the Divine Sisters in your presence, and we are going to be delivering some much needed information and messages here that happen to come through. And I myself, I am the Healing Oracle, and with me I have Miss Larissa Cosmos, also known as the Goddess of Good Vibes.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah.
Namaste.
Yes. And if you don't know, you can follow me on Facebook on the Healing Oracle page. And then if you don't know Larissa, you can follow her on the Goddess of Good Vibes. And then we have a page together that is the Divine Sisterhood, Sisters United. Feel free to join, look us up. We're always sharing positive, loving, divine information and our own experiences, because we're going through this just as much as everybody else. So, what I'm doing is I'm waiting for those to find us on Facebook, and then I'm going to direct them over here on YouTube, because this is a platform that I have set up for YouTube to where we're split screen like this, because it's just much easier to follow us both on here. Plus, I would like to generate more to the YouTube channel, just because I'm able to do a lot more on the YouTube channel than I am on Facebook. But those of you joining on Facebook, if you would jump over to YouTube, and the channel is the Healing Oracle 1111. Come find us on here, and there you will be able to find us both split screen to where you can hear and see Larissa rather. So please, if you would, jump over to the YouTube channel, the Healing Oracle 1111. Okay. And there you will find us both split screen. Until then, me and Larissa are just going to talk about a few things until we can really get going here with the audience. But, Larissa, we have been talking, off and on all week, which is actually unusual for us. Usually we don't talk at all during the week until, the day of the live feed, but there's just been a lot going on right now. And I know you've had some experiences, Royden has, I have things, I always have experiences, but it's just like they've changed in nature, like something's different about them, which is a good thing. Those of you joining on Facebook, there's a couple more on. Please, those of you joining on Facebook, jump over to the YouTube channel where you're going to see me and Larissa both side by side. So jump over there, YouTube channel, the Healing Oracle 1111. There you're going to find me and Larissa both side by side, so where you can see us both and hear us both talking, okay? I will stay live on here for a little bit until we see a lot of you joining on YouTube. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
Yes. Larissa, I know you've had some experiences. Do you want to talk about those a little bit, specifically in the last few weeks since this whole lockdown thing started? And you can start anywhere. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm beginning to think of my life as, it's funny because me and my family had planned a trip to the Tool concert in Spokane, Washington on March 9th.
Yes.
So I'm looking at my life today. I call it the post-Tool life, and then there's the pre-Tool life.
Yes.
The life we were living before the coronavirus affected everybody around the world. Me and Trish are going to touch on that subject, but just the change in the world, the heaviness. I want everybody to remember that what we're all going through right now, we're all going through this together. And I hope you're all staying well and you're all at home, and me and Tricia giving you guys something good to watch, because
Yes.
I want to remind you to stay high vibes. Please understand that yes, the virus is real, it's dangerous, it's killing people, it's killed lots of people, and that's heavy right now.
Mhm.
But the main thing to remember is that we are a global community, and one way or another, we are resilient, we are love, and we need to keep the faith that wherever this road is taking us, it's going to a lot better place. We are going to a better place in time. And I've had just like confirmations, you know, in the last few weeks, like the sleeping patterns I've had have been
Oh,
just
yeah.
ridiculous. Like I've been super tired. I've had migraines that I haven't had in a long time. I felt an earthquake in my home. That was from Chalice, Idaho. I'm in Northwest Montana. Like a couple days before that, I witnessed like this really eerie silence.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
It was very eerie. Like, I mean, yes, I realize that we're all locked down, like we should be, and it's going to be more quiet because we're not going to hear cars and we're not going to hear planes. But this was just a totally different quiet. And a couple days later, it was the earthquake, and there's just so many things. I mean, to peel away and say, like, where does this start? Like,
Right.
when I do have a real name, but I don't use it on public. My son's like, Mom, I really want you to go by your real name. And I said, no, I don't want to do that because I have a bigger picture in life. I feel like my birth name ties me to just my family here on earth, but I am a woman of the cosmos, and so I'm Larissa Cosmos, and I can tell you, I heard Jesus tell me, hey, Larissa, I told you to call yourself that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Mhm.
So that was interesting. I feel like we're being highly protected right now, and I really think people need to know that there are people looking out for us, and for the people who are still really locked in the matrix, it's hard for them to understand that there are multiple dimensions, there are multiple frequencies, there are galaxies beyond galaxies we can't comprehend in our human bodies.
Right.
But they are real, they exist, and we're being very protected. And us here on the ground, here on Earth, we're doing our job. We're the ground crew. We're keeping the lights, and so it's like Motel 6. We'll keep the lights on.
Yeah.
I want you guys to keep your lights on.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
your love light shining. Do
Yeah.
not feed into the fear, because there's a lot out there. And believe me, I'm scared too. I'm very immune compromised. I should not be out in public, and I haven't been out in public. If it hasn't been essential for me to walk out of my home, I have not. And when I do, I'm that person with the gloves. I'm that person with the mask. I'm that person.
Right.
The
Right.
virus is here. But I have faith that what we're going through is the bigger picture. That I feel like there's a lot to be exposed. Me and Trish have so much to talk about. I'm not going to go into that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Once again, I want to welcome everyone here right now, and I want to tell you why I'm wearing what I wore tonight. First of all, I made this pendant, and I'm going to hope that you can see it. Probably can't in my lighting, but it says faith. And it has a dolphin, because I have been channeling a whole lot of dolphin energy lately, and I am a Syrian starseed, so it makes a lot of sense why I would be feeling this free-flowing, this connection to family, the wisdom, the intelligence, the coming out, getting the message to the people like a dolphin does. A dolphin comes out of the water. The dolphin wants to hug, kiss, wants to talk its language, wants to, spread its message of love. That's what a dolphin does. The dolphin energy, I've been feeling a lot lately. So on the back of this, it says, oh goodness, I'm sorry. From faith comes no fear. and then it has my initials. And the funny thing is I had created this pendant post or pre-tool, my pre-tool life. I had made this for the lockdown. And then when, all this corona stuff came up and they kept showing the germ, the virus is being red, it was like, wow. And I made this red and it says faith and it has a dolphin on it. And I feel like the white on it is the pure white light of our source flowing down upon us right now onto this virus, and keeping us in faith and staying out of fear is very, very, very important. Stay high vibed, people. We're going to get through this. I promise we're going to get through this together.
That's right. And I think that's important. You see, you mentioned that you put faith on it. And that's kind of what I said I wanted to go into tonight is, the important thing right now is that we keep our faith through this. This is all, it's not, and please don't take this the wrong way, but it's all happening for a reason. I know that sounds strange and it seems very strange, but it really is happening for a reason. Unfortunately, humanity has a habit of only banding together in unity when there's a crisis, and it's usually country by country. Now we've got the whole world. It's not discriminating between borders. This is the whole world. So what you're seeing is before our eyes, the whole world is actually working together. I hope you guys can see that. The whole world is working together right now. Side by side, we all have a common enemy, and we are literally, have you seen any shootings? Have you seen anybody? I'm sure that there's still petty crimes, and your unfortunately murder is still out there. But
yes, of course there is.
Of course, but we haven't seen anything to do with nobody's threatening any war with anybody. There's been no mass shootings. There's been no terror. There's been none of that. Okay? That is a step in the right direction. Unfortunately, you had to come to this. And you know what? Before our eyes, Mother Earth is healing herself. Okay, I think that there was a sea over in the Middle East and it has not seen running clear water in ages. Probably a century or two.
The waterways are running clear.
That's right.
And dolphins are swimming up there. Like, wow.
Yes, that's what I saw. Yeah. And that hasn't happened in how long? Centuries, the emissions is lowered by it was like 25 or 30%. And that's just in 2 weeks. Imagine what 2 more weeks is going to do. Mother Earth is healing itself. There's a reason why all this is happening. Now, I am not discounting at all the virus and saying it's a fake virus, and not at all. It's very real. I work in the healthcare industry. I work for a major hospital corporation, healthcare corporation, and it is very real. And we do have people in our hospitals that are on ventilators. Okay, it is real. But you know what? It's showing us a little more about ourselves as a whole, as a race, and that race is humanity. And it's showing that us, humanity, can join in unity under times of need. And this is exactly why I wanted to do this meditation and talk tonight. I know that there are several others doing a meditation as well. And I'm going to type this really quick because I want people... Well, okay, I'll just say it really quick. I was going to type it, but...
I know that there are people sitting at home, and there's people literally sitting in fear. They're sitting in sadness. They're feeling alone and locked down. And I don't want to diminish your sadness or your loss of hope or your aloneness. But for as long as we can be on here and we're talking, I hope that by the end of this talk and our meditation this evening, that you're feeling more hopeful, that you're not so lonely, and you understand that, no matter how bleak it seems right now, it's, we're going to look down this shotgun barrel 2 years from now and go, wow. Wow.
That's right.
That virus did this beautiful world we're living in. I really feel like I could literally touch the hands of people around the world right now. Like, I feel like we are all like this. We're locked in and we're holding not only Mother Gaia, oh, Mother Earth, we love you, in our hands, in our hearts, in our thoughts, in our prayers, but we're holding each other.
That's right, for once.
Each other.
Yep.
And know that we are doing this together as a global unity in community. And oh my gosh, my heart is full to think that we are all doing this. So do not diminish what you think is such a small thing is a huge thing when it's touching everybody on this earth.
That's right. That's right. And for once, like you said, we're all banding together for once. The whole world is banding together and working on this and helping one another. Okay, it's kind of a different time. We've never ever seen this, at least not in my life, and probably not in my parents' life or my grandparents' life, or even their parents' life. Okay.
Right. It's not the family coming together. It's not the town coming together. It's not the state coming together. It's not the country coming together. It is the global community.
Yes, absolutely.
As it should be.
That's
coming
right.
together. Like, oh,
yep.
Everyone should feel so good about that.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
We are all in this together. We're all in it together. And
for once,
we need to stay on it. We need to know that we are bigger and better than the virus. We are. We do not have to be the virus on Mother Gaia.
That's right. And you know what? We kind of have been the virus on Mother Gaia for the last couple of centuries.
It's time for us to realize our connection to the sentiment being we call home.
And I think that we're seeing now, we have been going through a global awakening in the last, few years, maybe a decade or so. But right now it's like amping up tenfold because people are staying at home, because people are meditating more, because people are, learning more about themselves. Now, I do want to go into, again, I kind of want to reiterate, I'm not disbanding this virus. It is a real virus, and we still need to be careful. We need to be, sheltering in place, quarantining ourselves, absolutely. Being safe when we go out, absolutely. Let me tell you something. My guides have told me, and I said it time and time again. I think it's still going to get worse before it gets better. But I've been told this is going to be a mystery, but it's going to disappear even quicker than when it came on. Now, I don't have a time. I have no idea. I have no idea of a time frame. We don't get times usually. I've said that before. We're not really meant to know, but. They have come in and said this is going to be kind of a mystery virus, and they're going to talk about it for eons, that it just disappeared as quick as it came on. Now, does that mean that the number of cases is just going to drop off? Does that mean that everybody's going to get better at once? Does that mean that, it's just going to even out? And then I have no idea. That's just a message that I received. And then I've seen evidence of, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but someone from the ISS space station was recording outside the space station window, and they literally saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lights going by, hundreds of UFOs in sync flying by the ISS, and it's caught on camera, hard to miss. Alright, hard to miss. I don't know if this was a leaked video, was it on the ISS live feed video that they do on YouTube, but I was told that, we are getting assistance with this, but not in the way that you guys think. This is kind of our karma, so they can't just get rid of the virus. There's universal laws against that each person's karma must be dealt with by that person or race, which is in our case it's humanity. Um, but we are getting assistance in a sense that those that are able to, kind of understand what's going on globally or that are waking up are now open to that assistance spiritually. So we're also they can help in a sense that they can send healing to the planet energetically, yes, but they can't just get rid of the virus. Could they, in a technologically speaking, probably. But here's the thing: is that each planet has to deal with their own collective karma on its own. They cannot be getting outside. They cannot be getting any outside interference with that, just as much as if they were on their planet and they were experiencing, and they, I mean divine beings, extra dimensional beings. Let's give, for example, the Syrians. If the Syrians were to experience a pandemic like this, the Syrians would have to kind of collectively work on that on their own. Now that goes for us. It's kind of what I'm saying. So they cannot just come in, drop their ship down and say, okay, we're just going to spray this in the air and the virus is gone. No, we each have to, on a spiritual level, work through it. And you have to remember that everything in our outside world is a manifestation of what's going on collectively on the inside. Does that make sense? So, yes, internally, spiritually, but also collectively of all of our individual internalization systems. Okay, so all of this. What's that?
When you said that the planet has to go through its karma, it has to do that, on its own,
yes,
collectively.
Yes.
So, I mean, just mentioning that, like, when we're speaking about, what the virus taking a hold of, the deaths around the world, to know that also each individual person, they scripted and they worked through their life path also. And that's really hard for people to accept that a lot of people chose to go out during this time.
Yes.
Because they have a bigger job on the other side to orchestrate. And the ones that are here to stay will stay because we chose that also.
Yes.
Just to know that, loss here on Earth sometimes seems really selfish because we miss the people. But to know that each and every one of our loved ones, just as well as ourselves, we chose this to go through this at this time in our lives. Whether we choose to stay or whether we choose to go, the fact of the matter is that we chose it.
Yeah, and, exactly. Unfortunately, and we don't want to be right about that. We don't like to perceive that. But and the fact of the matter is that that's the way it is for everybody in every lifetime. We choose what lifetime we want to come in. We choose our entry points. We choose our exit points, or possible exit points, I should say. The ones that are choosing to leave at this time, they, in a sense, have chose that. Either they needed karma alleviated, okay, so they chose to come in, and that's the way they wanted to alleviate their karma. What we have to understand too is whenever we're on the other side and we're looking at these experiences to map out in our lifetime, we're sitting down and we're planning our life map. We don't look at things the same way. A lot of things that we perceive as negative here, we choose because we choose to experience it. It's a learning experience. It's hard to understand when you're in a physical body. When you're thinking energetically, we understand the need to learn from that physically and energetically. So we don't look at things. We don't look at things like that. That goes for any negative experience that we have here. Either we wanted to experience it, we wanted to learn from it, or both, or we wanted to experience it because we wanted to then turn it around and show others how to get through that, process it, and learn from it themselves. So there's a lot of things that are different energetically on the other side when you're mapping things out. I think we're having some trouble with the live feed on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, it's my son just said, Mom, I wish I could show you. So we have bad reception or whatever on the video.
Okay.
So I was like, I didn't want to stop in the middle of your.
I know. Let me see here.
But
oh,
if
man.
we could do something, I guess maybe if I apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
We're far away from each other. So,
yeah, and that maybe.
We worked hard to try to bring this to you. Trish is the brains behind all of this, and I'm so glad that she is, because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't even be able to be side by side, or I wouldn't know how to do any of this. So thank you, Trish, and I hope we figure out what's going on right now.
I know, me too. I think what I might have to do, let me see. Okay. I think it's just freezing up really, really bad, like every 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me do something really quick, guys. Bear with me. I'm going to try to, because I can't exit out of it. It's going to stop the live feed. But see, and it's not my internet, because my internet, I'm literally like 5 feet away from my router. I think that, shoot, okay. I almost need like a whole faster processor on my computer. I think that might be part of it.
Well, and I was like, wondering if I don't know if I could get much closer to the router here or not. I don't know if I could get any closer, honestly, to make it easier.
Yeah.
I sometimes I see that it says like, the connection's bad.
Well, and I think it's my computer. I think it's my broadcasting software, honestly. I don't think it's you. I think it's my software. I've always had trouble with it.
My lights always just flash dim in and out on me.
Right.
I don't know why.
I'll tell you what. Let me, because it's completely frozen on YouTube. Okay, that's okay. I'll tell you what, I think we'll just, instead of messing with it, I'm just going to have you call like we usually do, and then I'll just prop up my phone somehow to where people can see you, okay? And then we'll just do it that way. How's that sound? So we'll just do it the old-fashioned way rather than trying to